Hey there guys, I wanted to do a video about the money that I've made on different print-on-demand websites like Teepublic and Redbubble, and I've kind of struggled a little bit with this video because I get questions from people who ask me, how much money have you made, or how much money do you make per month? And they're not asking how much money somebody makes, they're asking how much money do I personally make, which I'm not really comfortable disclosing exactly how I make all the money because, we all kind of have to figure out our own journey. And I also don't want it to come across as bragging. I've seen videos on YouTube where people say, how I made $2.5 million without even trying. And it's like, that's not been my experience. My experience is I've worked really, really hard for about 3+ years. And I've gotten to the point where I'm getting a steady, not huge, but a steady revenue stream coming in. And most importantly, I'm having fun doing it. So I hope some of these tips and tricks are helpful for you. Again, not bragging. I just, we're all learning. We're all in the same boat. So hopefully you guys find this video helpful. So the first thing that comes up whenever I try to answer this question, either through an email or through YouTube channel responses, is people say, prove it, prove that you're making this much money. And it's like, well, I don't want to come across as braggy, but I also don't want to come across as a complete fraud either. So here's just a screenshot of my recent PayPal. It's, maybe the last 2 weeks or so. So I just, the reason I mention this is just to try to add, I guess, some credibility. I don't know. I mean, hopefully by now you're going to figure out what works for yourself or what doesn't, but these are just examples of payments that I've got. I want to point out I'm on many, many different channels, and I've got many different irons in the fire. So I could be, Redbubble, Teepublic, I could be flipping something on eBay, I could be, doing consulting work for somebody. So I do want to point out, it's not just upload 3 designs on Teepublic and sit back and watch the money roll in. It's uploading 10, 20 designs over the course of many days and many weeks. So, but anyway, this just hopefully gives you an idea. I did go through my PayPal account and I was looking for sort of my best months or my worst months. So I just wanted to throw those up there as well. Again, not bragging or, somebody out there is always doing things better, right? We're all on this journey together. So I just throw it out there just in case somebody's going to read this and go, good grief, this guy's a total liar. And it's like, okay, I mean, believe what you want. But like I say, I've had some success doing this. And again, I've got many, many different irons in the fire. I've probably got over 20 different channels open at any one time that I'm selling things, even local stuff. I'll go on like Facebook Marketplace locally and I'll sell stuff. I might buy a skid of something at a store and, flip them around Christmas time or something. I mean, there's lots of different ways you can make money. It's not all just Teepublic and Redbubble. So I want to point that out. Okay, if we drill down on specifically on Redbubble, here's just an example of some sales recently, and you can see the product on the left side. It says throw pillow, greeting card, sticker, zipper pouch, that sort of thing. The one thing I love about Redbubble and Teepublic and the POD sites, which is print on demand, the one thing I love about them is that there's so many different products. And so when you upload onto Redbubble, for example, you're really getting 55 lottery tickets or so. I mean, they're always adding new products and they're rejigging things, but most of the time it's 50+ products that you can upload one single design to. It's kind of nice. So just to give you a heads up, you're going to get a lot of little tiny wins, $2, 50 cents, $3, 40 cents. And those things add up if you have enough designs. Of course, one of the best ways to make a lot of money, although it's one of the hardest ways, is to sell the higher end goods. So you can see here, actually, just this morning, I got an email and it said, you've made a sale and it's $19.85 US. Well, with a 20% margin, that's about $25.85 Canadian. So I'm very happy with that, obviously. This is a canvas print. And so I do want to encourage you to try to look to the higher end items and make sure that they're uploaded properly. Here's another example of where I sold an iPhone case. And again, with a 20% margin, it's $5.35. So again, any one sale is not going to, you're not winning the lottery here. But if you get enough of these, if you sell enough phone cases or enough duvet covers or, even stickers, it does add up. On Teepublic once, I sold 100 stickers in one sale. Well, they're only 50 cents per, but 100 stickers is $50 US. Like not bad, you know. It's nice to wake up to an email that says, hey, you just made $50 today. So I just want to point out, you know, there's a lot. It's kind of like, the way I look at it, it's like buying a lottery ticket. You're gonna upload a design, and that lottery ticket stays there basically forever. So it's a really, you know, you can get encouraged by seeing sales come, even if they're not huge sales right away. So back to the canvas print here with the 1985 US sale. I really encourage you to use proper templates on higher end products. What I see a lot of times on these sites is that someone will upload a t-shirt design and then it will sit on other products, which is fine for about 80% of the products. But if you really want to drill down and try to sell on like a higher end product, like a canvas print or a duvet cover, something like that, I would encourage you to use templates. Now, of course, the big question is, where do I find these templates? Well, Redbubble has them. I just Googled Redbubble templates and this comes up. So it's just a help article. It says, do you offer design templates? And then there's a link and you just click on that link. And then it just takes you to a Google Drive and you can see there's all the different templates. There's, you know, A-line dresses and backpacks, duffel bags, and so on. Some of the templates are pretty complex. So I would encourage you, if you really want to stand out, take a little bit of time and then create a really eye-catching design specific for that product. You just never know when it might pay off. Okay, so let's talk a little bit here about the psychology of selling, or more specifically, the psychology of uploading designs. Obviously, more designs equals more money, but there's a myth that more designs equal more money in that your sales are going to be relatively the same. So my little bar graph that I've got set up here, I've got uploaded about 15 different designs, and I'm hoping in my mind that all the designs will be sort of the same. I'll sell maybe 3 of each or 4 of each, but that's not the way it works in real life. The cold hard reality is that few designs are home runs. So what happens is you upload 100 designs, 97 of them won't do anything. You'll never sell any of them. But 3 you'll sell a lot of. So this is why it's important to upload 1,000, 2,000 designs. I know that sounds like a lot, but what will happen is you'll start selling the designs, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 out of 100, and then you'll realize, oh, that's the genre that's selling. I'll go to that. So in my mind, I call it watering your plants. What you do is you look for the plants that are growing, and those are the plants that you water. So there you can see on the bar graph, I've got 2 high sellers, and the rest didn't sell at all. So I'm going to focus on those 2 high sellers. Why did they sell? Was it the product? Was it the design? Is there no competition? Is there something witty and unique about them? So it's also called the 80-20 rule. If you look at, if you ever Google the 80-20 rule, basically 80% of your sales are going to come from 20% of your designs, which means 80% of your designs are going to be a complete waste of time. But that's okay, because the other 20 is where you're going to make your money. All right, let's get into the tips here. So the first tip that I've got for you is to satisfy a demand. What I see a lot of times I'm just using Teepublic here as an example, but it could be the same for Redbubble, Society6, Teespring, you name it. People are just uploading designs that they like or that they think is good rather than what's actually selling. So here's just an example. You look at vintage science fiction. I just typed this in at random, and we can see we have 50 pages of results. Well, that's a lot of competition for a t-shirt design. So let's think about this. Is there another genre that we could take advantage of? So if I type in night shift nurse, you'll notice I only have 14 pages. Again, less than half, less than a third really. So this gives me a much better chance if I upload a bunch of designs for this genre. Tip number 2 is finding a niche. Here's an example of one where there's maybe not a huge amount of demand, but there's hardly any products up. So I just typed in the word Yukon. I mean, I'm based in Canada, so I just typed in the word Yukon. There's only 3 pages of designs. On a site like Teepublic, that's pretty remarkable. So that means there's maybe 50 designs total. That brings us to tip number 3. Dominate the niche that you found. Now, just in case you think that I picked Yukon and it's the only keyword that has hardly any designs, I just picked another one at random. I thought, dining indoors, right? We're in the middle of a pandemic at the time of this recording. This is November 2020, and dining indoors is a common theme now. Well, there's only 3 pages for dining indoors. I love that one that says stuck indoors, right? I mean, it's not the greatest design in the world, but I certainly love the mentality of it, right? I like the one that says I didn't choose the indoors life, the indoors chose me. That's hilarious. I love that, especially for, people who are introverted. So these are things that you would want to think about. What's going on in today's world? When you watch the news, when you watch, talk to your friends, when you're on the phone with your mom, like whatever, like what are people talking about? And you can look it up on Teepublic, and you can really drill down into these little sub niches, and you'll find there's not much competition. The 4th tip I have that, again, applies to myself is having a job mindset when you're uploading print on demand. So really big picture is what I mean by that is that I treat this like a job, meaning I'm dedicated to it. There's lots of days I wake up, maybe I have a sore throat, maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm not feeling my best. I still work. I go to work because it needs to be done. So thank goodness I enjoy doing the work. And that's what I would encourage you to do is find something you enjoy doing. And then you're not really working because you're doing it because it's fun. So a question that I often get is how many hours a day do I work on my hobbies? And typically what I find is, some days it's more, some days it's less, obviously, because I like to think I do have a life, a little bit anyway. But weekdays, I usually work for about an hour, and weekends, I usually work for about 2 hours. I'll usually get up in the morning, and I usually go, get a coffee or a Slurpee or something, and then I'll work for a couple hours in the morning, maybe between 9 in the morning and noon, and then I'll have the rest of the day free. Sundays I like to watch football, and so I will work on it throughout the day while I'm watching football. Maybe it's a commercial, maybe it's halftime, I'll get laundry done, I'll vacuum, and I'll just upload a few designs as create a few designs. So again, I treat it like a job, but I always try to upload at least one thing to one channel per day. So at least one upload, just somewhere, just to keep the momentum going. Especially for new people starting out on this, they'll ask me, how many designs have I uploaded? And it's not really an indication of success, but again, it's like playing the lottery. If I bought one lottery ticket at the 7-Eleven and then you come in and you buy 5,000 lottery tickets at the 7-Eleven, you just have a much better chance of winning something. So I counted it up and I've just got well over 5,000 designs. Now, as far as unique designs go, it's probably closer to 2,000. But again, with Redbubble and Teepublic, you can do minor modifications, Society 6. I used to sell on Etsy, I sell on eBay. There's lots of different sites. And so I take the design, and if it's a good seller, then I'll just kind of splash it across all the platforms. So individual designs, I've got easily in the thousands. Now I'm going to do some more videos here about some newer print-on-demand websites that I'm trying out. So a question that I commonly get is how many print-on-demand websites do you actively upload on? And this is a bit of a tough one to answer because I'm always looking at new sites and I'm always trying new things. So I would say it's over 10, but it's probably, when I'm really active, it's around 20. If I'm not active, it's around 12 maybe. So I'd say over 10 just to be safe. And again, these ones are like Teepublic and Redbubble are the two big ones. But I also use a site called Visual. I'm going to be doing a video about that. And, there's a bunch of other sites. eBay is a big one. I sell a lot of stuff on eBay. So again, you want to find what you enjoy doing, and then it's not really work, but you're putting in the hours. Another common question I get asked is, do you make any actual products, or is everything just print on demand? So a quick answer is yes, I do make physical products. I sell on eBay. I'll flip action figures, I'll flip comic books, I'll sell collectibles. I'll often buy large lots of things and then I'll break them down and I'll sell them individually. I also, I like selling like action figure accessories, that sort of thing. I just find the community is just really positive and really fun group of people. So yes, I do sell on eBay. I know I sell through friends as well. So I'll tell you a quick story. A friend of mine was getting married and they knew that I was selling on Redbubble and Teepublic and they'd seen some of my designs. So they asked me if I could create a wedding t-shirt, like a bridal shower t-shirt. So I said, sure. So I mocked up a couple designs for her, sent them over. She went, oh my God, I love this one, design number 2. And we wound up ordering like 12 shirts for her friends. And I did them at cost plus time. Basically, I just charged her for the design, and then I just got the t-shirt shipped at end-to-end service for her, and it was just a really nice value that I could provide her. Again, it wasn't about making a ton of money. Didn't make a lot of money on it, maybe $15. Like, it wasn't a big deal, but it was my friend, and I was happy to do this, and I was providing value. So it's reaffirming that mindset that you're providing value to people. That's really important. I want to stress, chances are very good that you're not going to upload 5 designs on Redbubble and make $1 million. Okay, you're not going to upload 3 designs on Teepublic and make $10,000. What you're probably going to wind up doing is a model that looks like this. You're going to have a bunch of print-on-demand sites on the go. And then I would encourage you, if you really want to get successful, open up an Etsy shop, create value for your clients, have an eBay store, build a following on Facebook or Pinterest. Maybe you want to create a marketing page on Facebook with your designs. So these are all little side, like I call them side hustles. And these are little things that when you add them all up, you wind up, sitting back at the end of the year and realizing, you made $700 from this one, and you made $400 from this one, and $2,000 from this one. And it adds up at the end of the day to being hopefully a rather significant amount of money, at least enough to warrant your time and your attention, because you are providing value in this world. And so it's important to be compensated for that. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope nothing came across as braggy. I try to be very humble, and I'm very grateful for the success that I've had. And I'm also very, very grateful that you guys are watching these videos and commenting. So thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.